Guys, welcome back to Call of Duty Mobile. Or should I say Call of Duty Mobile, but with a controller. It feels like it's been absolutely ages since I've done any sort of controller video on mobile, but I know then Call of Duty Mobile, and in particular, I know there are a ton of new people out there in the gaming community who have their eyes on Call of Duty Mobile, either PC players or console players looking to maybe play Call of Duty Mobile for the first time and wondering if you could play Call of Duty Mobile with a controller. Is it good? Is it feasible? Is it possible? Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see that the game does recognize I have, this is a standard Xbox One controller. I have right here my iPad Pro 2018, and it does recognize, it says your team has an external device connected. You will now be playing against players with external controllers. So the first thing to note, if you guys do end up playing COD Mobile with a controller, if you play COD Mobile at all, you only play against players against the same input as you. So if you play with a controller, you only play against players who are also using controllers. That being said, if you only use touch input, you only play against players who are using touch input. As for the settings, if you head down to controller, they do have which seems it's a fair amount of controller settings. They have some sensitivities with some presets. They have BR sensitivity, zombie sensitivities, descriptions, but it doesn't actually seem like you can change your controller. Button mapping, which is pretty interesting. I know Fortnite Mobile, you can actually remap your entire controller layout, but COD Mobile doesn't have that yet. Honestly, I don't know if they have any plans to do that, but I'm gonna give it a whirl. I know there's about a 0.0% chance we're gonna be able to find a ranked game all the way up at these super high ranked lobbies for a controller match, but I'll give it a shot. And yeah, the still #1 downfall about controller and COD Mobile, in my opinion, is the fact that there's just no ranked support. I am at the second highest rank, nearly about to hit legendary ranked, where about only 2% of players in the world sit at, and there's just absolutely no chance I'm gonna be able to find a game all the way up here. We'll do shipment free for all. It's a classic game mode. We should be able to find something here. So one of the things I really have always enjoyed about COD Mobile on a controller is that as a new player, if you've never played a mobile game before, I think they do the absolute best job of explaining what the heck is going on, because as a player of, you know, as a console player, if you're playing mobile, it's incredibly hard. I remember for the first time when I tried to pick up mobile gaming, I was trash. Everyone's trash. No one ever really picks up mobile gaming, especially shooters, from the start, and no one's ever cracked. No one's really ever like absolutely insane in the membrane, you know, dropping 20, 30 bombs first game's on, dropping nukes. It's just not how it works. But one thing I really do appreciate is if you see on screen how they have, you know, it says X for reload, B for crouch, A for jump. It has all of the individual button combinations and button commands that are assigned to the controllers, but it has their touch input also coordinated, so you can sort of see what you're doing in real time. So I can even literally switch to touch right now if I wanted to. So I don't also know why that's possible, where I can literally dual input. Wait, can I actually? Can I? I guess I could. Well, that's the wrong one. I basically have, my hands are kind of backwards to where they do the kind of the same inputs, but I guess if you wanted to, could you? No, I don't think you can. It doesn't look like you could dual input. That'd be absolutely sick if you could get around to doing that. But even in this lobby, is there a real player? Okay, there is one real player. We got one real dude on our team. But no, it's yeah, it's just, controller is a great way to introduce new people into the Call of Duty Mobile franchise. But other than that, like I said, there's no competitive scene outside of, you know, in-game ranked. You know, there's no tournaments for controllers on mobile. I don't know of anything like that. Controller isn't really ever going to be something incredibly overpowered. Where in other mobile games, you know, I came from the mobile game Fortnite Mobile, where controller was always this really big controversy of the aim assist was always really overpowered. People were often using controllers, like console players would frequently come from console, play on controller on mobile in these tournaments, and would win these tournaments because they were giving such a big advantage. but that's just not the case. So it seems, I think that's the right decision, that this is, at its heart, it's still a mobile game, so I don't think controller players should be given any sort of like crazy advantage. But I do think, you know, if you want to progress beyond the limitations of a controller, especially on a mobile game, like, you probably should switch to touch controls eventually. But the fact that the native support is, like, this is really insane native support. Like, I've been playing COD pretty much my entire life, and they have, like, you know, it's just the COD controls. X for reload, A for jump, B for crouch. You know, they got the slide stuff. They got settings, mini-map. You know, it's just the, you know, if you ever played COD, you know, it's just literally the exact same controls, but on mobile. I really wish I could do some sort of, like, ranked grind on controller, but knowing I literally could never get to legendary just due to the fact that there's not enough players who play on controller is kind of demotivating. And if there ever happens to become, you know, get to a point where there's enough players, you know, maybe I would consider some sort of ranked grind and attempt that challenge. But I don't know how many players play ranked with a controller. I'm pretty sure there's not a single, there's not a single real player. Is there a real player? Oh, there is. There's one real player on the other team. The Smoke seems like a middle-aged dude. You know, just vibing, having a good time, you know, that's what it's all about. But yeah, there were some like absolutely huge tweets that blew up recently saying that COD Mobile looks better than, I think it was what, Vanguard, or basically the big CODs on PC and console. They haven't been getting treated too well recently, and a lot of love is beginning shown to COD Mobile. So I kind of just wanted to put this video out just to, you know, give a little heads up that if people didn't know you could play COD with a controller, it's incredibly easy. It takes 2 seconds to connect your controller to your phone, tablet, whatever. As long as you can connect your controller to your device, it will work with COD Mobile. Just that, at the end of the day, it's a little bit limited in terms of what all you can do just beyond playing regular casual. There's no sort of ranked scene, there's no really sort of competitive scene, but it is a great introduction to the game. And if you end up deciding to switch to touch at some point, that's definitely the route to go. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.